Just to dig a little bit on authoritarianism, why has it become an interesting subject now? It looks like, from my research, a number of people are writing on authoritarianism. Yeah. What are you seeing in the world?
Authoritarianism is one of the most misused words in the English language. People use it as a generic political insult. If I don't like somebody, they're authoritarian. Or they believe there's such a thing as an authoritarian personality. If you are bossy, you're authoritarian. The word in its origins, in its original usage, in its technical usage, doesn't mean any of that. It means government legitimated by reference to authority. So, for example, if you say, I have the right to rule England because I am anointed by God and I'm the descendant of the previous king, that's the church has recognized me and the Pope put a crown on my head. Well, that's an authoritarian system because you govern not because you have a democratic mandate, but because the major authorities in society, the nobility, the church, they all agree with your right to govern. Now, in the modern era, we don't have kings and queens for the most part, except in a few countries, but we still do have authoritarian systems. And the classic example would be Vladimir Putin in Russia. In Russia, Vladimir Putin did not have a political party. He came to power because the oligarchs in Russia supported him, the Russian Orthodox Church supported him, and the security services supported him. He was a former KGB officer. So all the major sources of authority in Russia in the late 1990s and early 2000s supported him. He did not even have a political party. Now, he's since created something called United Russia Party, where everybody just joins United Russia, but he's not part of what we would call a strong party regime. He actually comes from a very weak party regime. He doesn't have a party like the Communist Party or the Nazi Party that support his presidency. Instead, he has been supported by all of the major institutions in Russian society. He is an authoritarian. Now, what I've repeatedly written about Donald Trump, people can dislike Donald Trump, they can criticize Donald Trump. There's lots that Donald Trump does that is questionable. He's certainly a populist, but you can't call him an authoritarian, because every major source of authority in American society, the major political party establishments, the business councils, the mainline churches, the courts, the universities, even the military, the high military brass, the Joint Chiefs, all of them oppose Donald Trump. He is an anti-authoritarian. Now, if you want to dislike him, you can hurl insults at him, call him a populist, call him dictatorial if you want, call him arbitrary, call him uncouth, like whatever adjective you want. But the word authoritarian means governing under a mandate, under the legitimacy of being endorsed by the main authorities in a society, the authoritative institutions in a society. And by that measure, Donald Trump is, if anything, an anti-authoritarian as a percentage of the total money in society.